Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, greatness, welcome. Thank you for joining my scope. Hey, Zinga, thank you for getting my heart party started. Hey, greatness, welcome. Welcome. Tickle my girl. Hi, Angela. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for inviting followers already. Listen, I've been on the run. This is my running around today. Y'all doubled up, huh? Which is funny because we did not plan on this, but this has been on my mind like for the last few days. Happy New Day. I love that. Happy New Day. Welcome, welcome. So this has been, and I did not plan it. So I just got back in the house, just got back from prayer. And I was like, I have got to do this scope today. And then I grabbed my phone and who's on? My sister. So great minds think alike. Exactly. But I was so like gone with inspiration. So I don't know. So if you're new to my scope, let me do this. I'm Sister Mothyna. I'm better known for my work with Heal a Woman to Heal a Nation. I'm one of the co-founders, director of operations, and really excited since we have our conference coming up in just a few. I'm saying just a few weeks, but really it's a couple of months. You laughing at me? I do silly things at times. In just a couple of months. But today, let me just tell y'all how random this is. So at last year's conference, I do an entire session. I did a session last year, and I might do portions of it again this year on really maximizing your day, right? Getting more productivity out of your day. And so last year, I did a session on that. And one of the things I talked about was time wasters, right? How many of us have been in a waiting room somewhere, right? You're at the dealership, getting the car service, at the doctor's office, the dentist, somewhere in your life, getting your hair done. It's me. I was wondering if all these years you look over everything. Huh? Aaron? What you talking about? Aaron? Hey, Pam. So you've been in some place where, hey, greatness, where you are, she said block them. You've been in a place where you have been in waiting, right? So I always do this thing about, really maximizing those times. And so I try and maximize any time where I'm in between, right? And like I'm not necessarily in my office. I'm not doing my highest income producing activity, but it's necessary. So today's was actually the, hello from, you know what? You got 10 seconds. I'm about to block you. So my time thing today, and what could have been a time waster for me, is I was at the laundromat. Okay? Still haven't fixed or gotten a new washing machine, so I'm at the laundromat. And it could have been a time waster, but for me, instead, while I'm there, while the clothes are rolling, things like that, my mind is always going, hey, Nikki, welcome, greatness. My mind is always going. So I'm writing notes. Yes, don't you look fabulous? Oh, thank you, y'all. This was my run to the gym look. Not to the gym, to the laundromat. So I said, okay, let me also listen. So I listen to podcasts and things like that while I'm in those. You look, well, thank you, Eric. Thank you. So I'm sitting there looking at what podcast I haven't listened to in a while. And so I'm listening to one of my typical podcasts, and then ET comes on, Eric Thomas, and he does this thing where he talks about muscle memory. And if all of you go look at it on YouTube, it's on YouTube. But he's doing this really fine, fabulous, let's like knock it out the park piece, right? Where he's really rocking and rolling and doing something powerful. And I was like, yo, ET, you are giving me life. And I had literally just texted Monica and I was like, yo, ET is giving me life right now. And so, one of the things he talked about just really had my mind going like this. So Monica is laughing. So I'm sitting here like, wow, when you're in a waiting space, right? Typically you're in a waiting space because you're in between sessions. And I watched this movie a long time ago, and this quote from the movie sticks out. Now, when I think about the greetings, when I think about the name, I'll tell y'all what it is. But she said, just because you're in between your past and your future doesn't mean you're in the present. Just because you're in between your past and your future doesn't mean you're in the present. In other words, the future hasn't come yet. Things have happened in your past, but in the moment that you're living in, are you present in your now? Are you present in your now? Are you here today? Or are you still clinging to what happened yesterday? Or are you thinking about what could happen in the future, but you're not spending any time in your present, really being powerfully in the moment right now so that you can be aware of what's happening to you in the moment, right? And so I thought about that, and I thought about how in the present is where we really create phenomenal futures. When you take what happened yesterday and apply it in the moment, you can't apply it necessarily in the future because that's not guaranteed. You have to apply it right now in the moment. And in the moment is where you really get the chance to build your muscle. You build your muscle right now. And so as E.T., that's me, the Purple Heart. Thanks, ma'am. So E.T. was talking about that muscle memory thing, and I got it immediately. I knew what he was talking about. And I thought about how, right, so this is the other thing, right? So we're getting ready for the Heal Heal Nation Conference, the Unlimited You Weekend. We party, we play music. We just had Deliver My Vision brunch, and I got ready to go up on stage after dancing with turning up with the team, and I went to grab my mic, and I was winded. And I'm saying, like, am I out of breath? What the ham sandwich? Like, I'm winded. So I had to say, it took me a minute to get my breath. Thank you, Monica. It took me a minute to catch my breath. And when I did, so that stuck with me all week, right? We just did that last week. So it stuck with me all this week, getting ready to hit 1 week since the brunch. And what I realized was that I forgot to do what works because I was thinking about what I used to do when I work out. I was projecting into the future about, yeah, I'm going to get back to that routine. I'm going to get back on my grind. I'll be there soon. And I wasn't being in the moment. So because I stopped doing what works, yeah, I'm getting winded doing the wobble. Like, what? That ain't me. What? But when you're doing that and when you don't focus on your present, that's what you did yesterday. Exactly. That's what you did yesterday. You can't project what's going to happen in the future because you're not there yet. So why don't you show up powerfully in your present? Why don't you do what you can do and do it well right now? Because that's all that's guaranteed. And one of the things that really struck my mind and struck my world was that when you build the muscle of continual residual contact, when you build the muscle of doing it because you're so used to doing it, that muscle can be in atrophy if you go a week or two without getting that work. So the way you build consistent momentum, the way you up-level your life, the way you elevate is that you constantly in the moment look at what you're doing right now to win. Look at what you're doing right now in order to elevate your game. Look at what kind of muscle memory you're creating in the moment. Meaning that when you come up against opposition in the future, when you come up against the trial that's coming your way because it continually comes, right? When you come up against that, you'll be so deep in that this is what you do to overcome obstacles. This is what your life looks like, that you won't have to get yourself together. You will automatically do it because you've created the memory. You've created the memory in your life of this is how I show up. This is how I show up. So you've created that memory. So for me, the aha, right? The thing about being winded was that I stopped doing what I know works. So my muscle was in atrophy. My muscle's like, oh, won't remember that. So why aren't I planking anymore? Why am I not doing my sit-ups? Why am I not doing my squats? Why am I not getting my crunches in? Why am I not getting my push-ups? Y'all know if you were following me for a while, I was on this thing where I've got to get myself to the point where I can do push-ups strong. And I was like, yeah, that was just my thing. It's not necessarily about losing weight for me. It's about what my body can do. And when you apply that concept to your life, this isn't about getting rich. It's about what you can do, what your life shows up as. When people think of you, when they think of your name, when they say it, how do you present in the world? This is about what you do. This is about what you be. How are you being in the world? So that your muscle, your resilience muscle, your success muscle isn't in atrophy because you're constantly in your present in the doing. And you can celebrate it. Absolutely. Celebrate your past. Celebrate those wins. Celebrate it. But you're in the constant motion of the doing. And the thing that really blew my mind was this. Said, we think sometimes that we can just jump up, right? Heart it up. Thank you, Sharon, for telling give me some heart love. I appreciate it. So one of the things that really struck me, because remember, Listen, I was that girl who was able to party till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and just get up and go to work at 7 or 8. I was that girl. I was. And so in my world, she said, Monica said, yep. So in my world and in my life, I'm watching and I recognize, she said, me too. Exactly. Monica said, I was asleep. That is true. So, but for me, Lady Biz says, me too. Come on. We were that place. So what changed? It wasn't that you stopped going to clubs. Going to the club ain't had nothing to do with it. It's your body. So the fact that you can drop it like it's hot, you can still do that in your living room. Do that for Bay. Okay? All right. So what changed? It was your commitment to what it was about. Life changed. Exactly. It was your commitment to what it created in your world. Hey, Queen. Hey, Kay. How you doing, sis? So what it created in your world. So the point of the matter is, and this is what I'm getting at. So what I realized and what has been resonating with me is you've been saying for at least since last September. That's when my workout regimen really went haywire because I had a leg injury and I was in a lot of pain. So I had to stop my workout, right? It just went bonkers. So moving in from September, moving into October, I just done. So you've been saying though for the last few weeks, especially when you realize you picked up almost 20 pounds, that you're going to get back on it. For the last couple months, you're like, no, I'm going to get on it. So we're in February of 2016. You've been saying this for over 90 days now. So the problem with getting to my new me, getting back to my new normal, come on, girl, getting back to my new normal is that I can't get past the old me. You can't get past the old you to get to the new you, so you're not being successful. How do you get past the old you to get to the new you? You have to create the muscle memory. That means you got to do it when you don't feel like it. That means no matter if it's raining outside, we know that's a power day, but anyway, if it's raining outside, if it's sunny, if it's windy, if it's sunshine, do it no matter what. It's that wine, popcorn, and grown scope. Okay? So do it no matter what. When you don't feel like it, get up and do it because you're creating the muscle memory. So it's no matter when you go on vacation, it's not a big deal. You're going to get up and do your workout. You're going to get up and you're going to eat well. You're going to get up and get up for your life. You're going to, speaking the truth, step on my toes. Come on. That's what needs to happen. So I can't get to the new me because I can't get past the old me. So what are you going to do to get past the old you? What are you going to do to fit into the clothes that you used to be able to fit into? Because I'm so not about buying new clothes because I can't fit the old ones no more that still got tags on them. What? Get out of here for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm going to fit into those clothes. That's a waste of money. That's like paying stupid tax. Like, damn, that was dumb. That doesn't have to be you. That doesn't have to be your reality. So get past your old you and get into your new you, right? Make your new you your constant. Make that your habit. Make that your new normal. So now it's not new anymore. It's just normal. But you've got to push. You can't wake up one morning and decide you're going to run a marathon. I always thought that tax was stupid. Yeah. So the point of the matter is like, come on. How can you get past the old you and get into the new you? How can you create a new reality in your life? How can you elevate? What do you need to do? And it's in every area. You all know that one of my goals by the end of December was to finish recording my audiobook. I finished recording the audiobook. Ask me where it's at. Go ahead. Somebody ask me. Where's the audiobook, Mothyna? Go ahead. Just go ahead and ask. Exactly. That's where it's at. That's exactly what it's like. Still sitting on the computer, not finished being edited. Exactly. Hey, hi Katrina. So that's exactly what's happening. It's just sitting there. So basically what I'm saying is I'm sitting on top of money. I'm not going to just get up and look. Because you're sitting on top of money. If you're sitting on top of money, get your behind up, pick it up, and get to work. You better get on her. Listen, y'all, on a regular basis, she gets on me. You sitting on money. I'm sitting on money. Procrastination is killing us. Killing us. So what are you going to do to push past the old you, get into the new you, and win every day and every moment? You're supposed to be starting your VA business. Okay, what's up? Get it going. Happens to the best of us. And that's why I'm showing up, right? So I'm showing up to say I'm your reflection. I'm your reflection, queen. I'm here to say to you, I'm here to remind you that while it happens to the best of us, it doesn't have to be our constant reality. We get a chance to shift that life. We get a chance to elevate. We get a chance to have a new conversation about who we be in the world. But the reality is, hey, reflection eternal. The reality is, how are we going to stay committed in a community that allows us to show up unapologetically? It's because Kardashian disease has been affecting me a lot lately, no joke. And see, procrastination is often the disease of confusion and comparison. I'll say it again. Procrastination is often the disease of confusion and comparison. In other words, you're comparing yourself to where somebody is that you think you want to get to without knowing the struggle or reality that they've been through. And then the confusion shows up because you're confused about what you need to be doing or how much time it's really going to take. You decide not to move or do anything. So in that procrastination is the disease of confusion. She says that. Is a disease of confusion and comparison. We have got to get out of that. We've got to move. We've got to win out loud. We've got to say, no matter what, I'm building the muscle memory so that when I'm on the edge of falling into the abyss of nothingness, I can pull myself back because I've done it so many times before. When I'm standing on the edge of comparison, when I'm standing on the edge of not good, and somebody ate their Wheaties this morning here. When I'm standing on the edge of not good enough, when I'm standing on the edge of, have I really given 100%? When I'm standing on the edge, I can say, let me pull myself back. Let me stand on the gratitude and the greatness of who I be. And let me know if I fall off, I can still soar. If I fall off, I can still soar. I can pick myself up. I can stretch my wings and fly. I can find the momentum. I can find the dip, and I can still keep on moving. I can find all of that and keep moving. I can follow and fall in with the other geese, not the eagles, but with the geese. Why? Because geese will always will never let you fall out alone, will always let you stay in the momentum and have the energy of the sisterhood and the community to keep going. Listen, what I realized today was when I talk about all the work we've done in Heal a Woman to Heal a Nation, the fact that we've been going for 13 years, the fact that we're saying to ourselves we want to do more, we want to be more. I ask myself, have you really given 100%, or have you waited till the last possible minute to then give it your all? But that is not your 100%. That's just what you do when you have nothing else and no other option. When you get when you get right in the crisis. So what I realized today was that the reason why I wasn't getting to the new me, the reason why I wasn't standing on the top of the world and staying and declaring my greatness, the reason why I wasn't doing all of that, the reason why you aren't showing up in the power of who you truly are meant to be is because we aren't giving 100%. We give just enough to get through crisis. And when we get through crisis, we fall back to 25%. I'm telling y'all, this is literally what happened today. So when we get through the crisis, we fall back to 25%. We don't keep giving our all. So have you really and truly given 100%? And that's what showed up for me today. So I said, have I given 100% in my life? Have I given 100% to my health? Come on, Sharon. Have I given 100% to my relationship? Have I given 100% to my business? Have I given 100% to God? Have you really given 100%? And can you push past that 100% and give 110? Can you push past that 110 and give 120? But can you at least get to giving 100% of who you be? Not just, this ain't just what I do. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I don't know where else this is going. It's here for me right now. What I'm realizing is, like, when I talk about loving you, when I talk about calling you greatness, when I talk about really showing up for you, and when I talk about praying for you, that's not what I do. This is who I be. You understand what I'm saying? This is who I be. This is all day, every day. This is texting Monica. This is calling on Adia. This is texting Sharon in the morning. If it resonates, Sharon and I have never met in person, but it resonates on my spirit to send her a song or to say, Queen, I'm thinking about you, then I'm going to do it. Text me, send me your number, and I will text you. Okay, I will text you and I will send you the message if it falls on my heart just to say, listen, whatever you're going through right now in this moment of time, it is not the sum total of who you be. It is just a moment. And do not make permanent decisions on temporary circumstances. Make permanent decisions based on the longevity of who you be in the world, right? But we have to give our 100%. So I'm calling you that to get to who you are meant to be, to get to your new you, to get past your old you have to give 100%. You have to give your all in the game. You have to push no matter what. You have to let excuses go by the wayside so you can stand on the victory and the brilliance of who you be in the world today. Right now, not on who you were, but on who you are in the moment. Not even on who you're going to be, but who you can be in the moment because you're choosing to show up at 100%. All that. All that. Show up at 100%. Show up at 100%. So that's what was on my mind. That's what was resonating. I see you all. I see the hallelujah. I see the yes. I see the preach. I see the stars. I'm thanking you for that share. Right? I'm glad this is resonating with you. But that's what made me go out this morning. And Mothyna knows because I sent her a picture of it. I went out this morning and I got a mat because I said, excuses. Where's my prayer cloth to slap you? I need to scope now. Good. All right. Awesome. Go ahead and scope. I'm getting ready to roll out my mat. My husband we have a really thick mat. It's called a core mat. I thought it was like a yoga mat. It's called, love this message right here. It shake my head. I had to be here, was eating and stop. Okay. So my husband has, it's called a core mat. It's like this thick, and it's a mat. So it looks like a yoga mat, but it's a lot thicker. And he was taking it with him to his martial arts class, but he leaves it in the car. So I'm like, dude, it's in the car. I needed to get so for the last few days, I hadn't done anything. Making excuses. There's no reason I can still do jumping. I don't need the mat to work out. But today I made a commitment. So I said, let me go. I got a new jump rope, a new mat. You understand what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to go work out. I'm getting ready to go plank, go stretch, go move my body, because my commitment is in having a holistic life. And I'm hoping and I'm praying for you that your commitment is to have a holistic life. When I'm working out, when I'm making my connections with community, my life feels better. My world is better. She said, darn you, let me go plank. Yes, Sharon, I'm going to run up my stairs. Exactly. Let's do it. Let us commit to living a life unapologetically where we get to show up for us every single time, where we get to say yes to ourselves every single time. Right now is all that I've got. I can't fix anything that happened yesterday. Tomorrow's not promised. I have no idea when God's going to take me out of here. All I have is right now, this moment. Right now in this moment, that's all I got. That's all you got. But guess what? If it was enough for Martin Luther King, it was enough for Gandhi. It's enough for Oprah. It's enough for the Nisa Nichols in the world. It's enough for Monica. It's enough for Sharon. It's enough for Kay. It's enough for Katrina. It's enough that in this moment you make the commitment to keep going. Yes? Yes? Yes or yes? I'm going to let y'all go. So after all that, I'm going to let y'all go. But guess what? I'm hoping I get to see y'all faces real soon. Yes for Kelly. Come on, Kelly. She said, you ain't say my name. Let me put it in here. It's a benediction. How you going to bring the fire and leave me? Listen. I could do this all day. I really could. But I just made a commitment that I'm going to go plank. I've got to go plank. That's what's up. I'm about to go do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all really, really soon. All of our energy right now. We're getting ready to do the Unlimited Woman Summit. So that's when we get all our amazing sister friends on the phone and we get to have a conversation about how they persevere, how they keep pushing, how do they build that muscle, how do they stay committed to living a limitless life. That's starting at the end of the month, February the 28th. Through March the 3rd. So we're getting ready to share information about that. The registration link is live on hwhn.org. So it's live on hwhn.org. So we're getting ready to share that. And then we're all getting ready for our reunion. We call it a family reunion because once you show up in the Heal Up to Heal Nation space, you are no longer a stranger. You are a sister. So we getting ready for the family reunion, April the 15th through the 17th, where we get to do this for 3 days straight. I expect to see you. I expect to see you. That's just it. I expect to see you. But only if this conversation resonated with you. I expect to see you only should I be there with wine. Right? I expect to see you only if this conversation resonated with you. I expect to see you only if you want to elevate your life. I expect to see you only if you want to elevate your business. I expect to see you only if Monikia's conversation resonates with you. I expect to see you only if Sharon's conversation resonates with you, because my girl's going to be there with us all weekend long. You get what I'm saying? So I expect to see you, but only if you are unapologetic, completely committed to changing and drastically shifting your life. It doesn't have to be bad, but if it can be better, let's make it better. If it's good, let's make it great. You get what I'm saying? So I expect to see you only if you're showing up for that reality. Only if you're showing up for that life. Only if you're showing up for a sisterhood that's going to hold you connected and committed and hold you to the authentic living that you said you wanted to show up for. That is the only person I expect to see. Because if you ain't about that life, then it's not for you. And if you scared, come scared. But come committed to the elevation of your life. All right, I'm done. I love you all. Connect to me to all things Mothyna. All things Mothyna, Mothyna. I'm at Mothyna.com, hwhn.org for more information. She said, come scared. That's exactly what I'm saying. Come scared. So I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. I'm on my way to plank. Peace.